Brother, brother, I was yapping. For a while, and I didn't realize I didn't actually hit the live button. We have to do live twice. I have to go live in OBS, and then I have to press go live on the YouTube stream. What's going on, TST and Flip Flop? You guys are here mad early. Always glad to have you guys here. Yeah, I was yapping away, though. I got distracted a little bit earlier. I was supposed to stream way faster or way sooner, but I kind of got distracted playing some good old-fashioned guitar. It's my favorite. But we have to exercise some restraint. Gotta exercise some restraint. Otherwise, you'd be doing music streams every day, and I'd be doing music production stuff. But there's things to do with this game. And I have more clarity in terms of what I want to do with this, which is good. And I listened to my music playlist earlier today to help me get into the headspace for this game. So today, ¿dónde estás programando? En Rider. Es un IDE que se llame Rider. Anyways, but yeah. So I'm gonna work on making the pause menu. I want to make this game a little bit more polished, and I have like an idea for what I want to do for this. I have an idea. We're gonna see how well this idea actually looks. But I need to have something that actually looks good. I want to start feeling like we're making a real. I want this game to feel more real. So let me start by setting up some of the UI behavior here. And so there's a few things I want to do today. I'm gonna put on some music. It feels a little too empty right now. Copyright be damned. I have just a little bit, just to yap a little bit. Nice. I rediscovered this song after a long time of not listening to it. So I've come to some decisions about how I want to go about this. So as far as a pause UI, we're going to keep it kind of simple. I think we're going to go with abstract 2D stuff, but I'm going to do a cool little effect where like little dots pop in. What's going on, Zero? It's good to see you, man. Good to see you, man. 2D or 3D? It's both. Mostly 2D though. Gosh, I'm like in such a music mood right now, dude. I just want to do restraint. Anyways. So as far as priorities for today, I think I want to do the pause implementation, and then there's some things, there are entities we want to implement. So I think I know what I want to do for the hazards. We're going to make them like traffic cones that are kind of holographic. We also have to make some lasers that can be placed and they can move or rotate around. That's going to be a type of thing we can do. So there's going to be static. There's going to be orbital ones. I wish I had my notebook with me. I have all this stuff drawn there. And then we're going to have oscillating ones. So some that are static, they're basically like walls. There's others that rotate around like this, like around a point. Like there's two, and they go around like this. And there's going to be ones that just kind of oscillate up and down or something like that. And then finally I want to have a like a bot that shoots at the player. I like the idea of the player, like human versus robot type thing, where like all your obstacles or opponents are just robots essentially. So I think we're gonna go with that. The original game did that. I'm gonna do it here in this version of it. or the sequel to it. Cool. This one, I'm gonna have a cool shader for this. I have ideas. I may do a screen space thing, or I may just do something else. I don't know. So, let me think through this. All repos are good. Let's go, man. Fix the... I both broke and fixed the CC repos. Nice. Well, at least they're working now. So, when we press pause, I'm going to have a little thing slide from this side over here. And I'm thinking about how I want to do it. I think we're going to have like a screen space texture. I don't know. There's ideas here. There's ideas I have in mind. I think we're gonna have like. Okay, let me actually just Krita it so you can see. I'm just gonna do this here, and we're gonna allow this to drive everything else. Gosh, I want to play some T-Square music to get me in the mood for this game. How to do this? Oh, right, there's some more commits there. Yeah, you gotta push, man. There's some weird stuff with Linux on, or with Unity on Linux, but I make do. Right now I'm having like very minimal issues. There's some weird UI quirks, but that's about it. Like, and I can't be really mad because it's not just Linux, it's also the small form factor I work within. It's probably not ideal for Unity, and yet it still just kind of works with me, so we've made it through it. So let's just illustrate what I have in mind for today as far as implementation is concerned. Do we have this working? Nope. So we're going to have to do the whole Wacom business. Let's go here. Okay. I forgot what it was. CD... Yeah, this. In fact, we're gonna just make another thing. Does this work? Nope. Did not work. Nope. Okay. I think I have to do 13. If last stream was correct. Yes, now we're good. All right, let's get into it. So when the game pauses, I want to have this like diagonal diagonal bar pop up like so. But I don't want it to be just like a bar that pops up that displays, hey, here's pause, and then here's your options under here. I want to do something visually cool, because that's just who I am. I kind of want to have this have like an effect where you have like little dots maybe, and they get smaller as you go out, and so on and so forth, and then eventually becomes like opaque here. We do something kind of similar in Messy Mansion for the transitions. The magic here, though, is figuring out making a texture with the pattern I want for this. We're gonna have to blur it so there could be a range of values for the shader, and then finally we have to have some kind of a way to tie like a 0 to 1 value to indicate, hey, when 0, then this is gonna be here, and then when it's 1, you have this like, you have this threshold move over here, right? So I might start simple with just having this be a vertical line instead of a diagonal one, and then we can have Y factor into this. But I think that's gonna be how we go about it. I think that's how we're just gonna go about it. So I think first, to achieve this vision, I'm just gonna create something simple within here. Please tell me Aseprite has like a simple blur thing. So if I do, for example, if I were to make a large thing like this, let's just test this out here first before I scale it up to something even bigger. Select everything here. We're gonna do some shader stuff today. I'm excited. Okay, cool. Did that. And now if first of all, is there an effect here that I can just blur everything uniformly? That's all I really want to do, is have everything be blurred uniformly. There's a convolution matrix. Blur, yes. Yes! Perfect. That's exactly what I want. Perfect. And if I scale this up to be like a canvas size of, I don't know, let's say 1920 by 1080 to be safe. Or maybe half that. I don't need it to be that big. We can make this a brush, fill out this whole thing. Oh, she's loading. Let me catch up in chat real quick, guys. And while that does its thing, let me start making this, or at least create the shader. Oh, I'm not gonna do. How are we gonna do this? It's either gonna be a quad. Yeah, I think we're just gonna do. Yeah, I think we're just gonna do like a simple texture that's scaled out. So it'll be like an unlit shader, I think. Where are you? Projects, Fight and Flight, Assets, UI. We're gonna make a pause UI, and then what are we gonna call this? I don't know, pause shader, I guess, or I guess a dot shader, something like that. Honestly, I should have done it through Unity, because then I would have gotten a boilerplate for it, but c'est la vie. And then here we go, we have this one. Do I have anything else that's like a unlit? This one's good. It's gonna be a generalized dot shader. We're not gonna do any of this oscillation business. So this vertex oscillation stuff, we're just not doing it. And we're just gonna do v.vertex here. And things should be fine. What we do need here is gonna be, we can have a main texture, and then we can have the dot matrix. Texture, and then we're going to use this to do the effect we have in mind. So we're going to yoink this. And I believe I just call this dot matrix as well. Right? Dot matrix, yes, you're a sampler as well. And we're going to need one other property, or uniform value, which is going to be a float. And this is where things get weird. We can make it a simple thing of like value or something. Something very generic that's going to indicate like, hey, how far across does this go? We can start very simple though, and then go from here. So this value is going to be a threshold, essentially. And we're going to use it to... yeah, I did things correctly here. Okay, cool. This is going to be a float value. We're going to make this be a... It's going to sample dot matrix, and we're going to have this. And then the simplest thing right now, and we're going to be modifying it. We're going to start with something simple, and then we're going to grow up from there. If threshold is greater than or less than I made this dark, didn't I? We're going to use alpha for this, not R. We're going to use alpha. So if threshold is less than I dot, or then less than value, then we're going to discard this pixel. Okay, so that's a start. Let's go back to Aseprite. Are we still, what's going on here, buddy? Are you still mad at me for using, doing a big thing on a big canvas? Yeah, you don't look very happy. All right, we're gonna downsize you. We're gonna make you go like times, I don't know. Actually, let's just go back here. Let's undo. Why is it so slow? I've done big images in Aseprite before and it didn't cause issues. Okay, we're gonna select everything again. Okay. And then change canvas one more time. Nope. I'm gonna catch up in chat real quick, guys. 1 second. Okay, we're good here. Can I paste? There we go. Okay. I make a brush out of it. Cool. If I start drawing, is it gonna do the thing I want it to do? No, that's not what I want. Pattern aligned to source. Let me try doing this one more time. Okay. And then we're gonna do Control B to make this a brush. Perfect. Delete everything. We're gonna make this be this. And then, or maybe just fill it. Just do fill. There we go. Now we got our, I mean, it's not perfect, but the idea is there. Though, you know what, the more I look at it, maybe it's not gonna work quite well for the application I have in mind. So let's actually try this again, but make it maybe a bit smaller so there's more space for this. What's going on here, guys? So thanks, man. That French accent kind of made my brain die in French, but props to you for not just saying it in the most American accent possible. What thing specifically? I'm bad at Git. Everyone's bad at Git initially. You get good at it. It comes with time. Comes with time and practice. So we're gonna make these dots a bit big. Like around there. Once you learn like the few commands of Git, you start getting it. So something like that. Okay, cool. I want you to occupy space like, well, this is kind of bad. It's all, I can't just click here and then stretch from center because it's gonna be off. What is a gamer to do? We can do this. Oh, perfect. We can just use a symmetry tool. We can symmetrize it. I think that should be good, right? Yeah, we're good. Got it. Eyeballed it. I didn't really need this symmetry tool, did I? Whatever. Anyways, so we're gonna yoink this. Get rid of these again. And then I'm going to select this from this corner because there now should be an adequate space for what I'm trying to do here. Cool. Make a brush. Next, we're going to do fill. Said we were going to do a fill. Brush. Perfect. Now we do a fill. Nice. We have a nice even matrix. Now we can go back to here, go back to adjustments. No, we're going to go to effects. We're going to do a convolution matrix. We're going to blur it, I don't know, 17. We can go more. And then we're going to do this in the shader. Effects, convolution matrix. Could we go further? Drunk. What's drunk? No, I don't want to do that. Or I guess we could just run the shader again. So you do that, and then you go back to effects. Run that bad boy once more. Okay, cool. I think that's closer to what I want. Cool. We're going to save this as into our folder we created, UI, pause, and then dot matrix. This is a general good thing to have, honestly, so I might put it in my dev kit. x 1080. Okay, I saved it as a PNG, right? Yeah, we're good. Okay, so now we can go back to Fight and Flight. We can go into the UI. I'm gonna make a sub thing here for create empty. I'm gonna make another thing for HUD. Create empty. So these sliders, for example, honestly everything here is gonna be model state. What? Okay. And most of this stuff is going to go into the HUD. And we're going to have this explicit pause thing. And here we're going to create a UI. We're going to create a texture is what I'm looking for. A raw texture. Raw image. Let's go into scene. Back in here. And then you're occupying what size? Really? I haven't set it. What? What is going on here? All right, you're gonna be your own thing. Or honestly, we can just do the. I think this would work as well. Yep, and then image. You're gonna be also stretchy, and we're gonna have you be maxed out so that you've conformed to the size of the entire screen. Cool. This doesn't matter. We're gonna make a new material. I think if I go back to UI, pause, we can create a new material. I wish there's a keyboard way or a way I can just create this material as a text file directly, but it's whatever. Maybe I'll learn the file format one day, maybe I won't. Okay. Cool, and then you're gonna be under UI, I believe. Dot shader, Nice. There's a dot matrix. Go back to here. Drop this bad boy. I sit. There you go. Okay. So, what goes on here? You see that, guys? When I lower this threshold value, these dots kind of fade in and out. You see that? You see how cool this is? Are you seeing the vision I have here? Are you seeing the vision coming together? So essentially this value is a threshold that's indicating, hey, when it's like 0, it's like transparent. So if you look here, you're gonna see like this, the transparency. If you look here on Aseprite, you're gonna see how the transparency goes all the way to fully opaque to eventually not opaque, right? And we're just setting a value between 0 and 1. So if our threshold's at like, let's say 0.5, then all these are gonna be clipped, they're gonna be discarded, they're gonna be transparent. But then once we pass 0.5 transparency, we just render them completely. We're not gonna do the transparency, we're just saying it's on or off. And by changing that threshold, you're saying how close, how big or small these dots are gonna be essentially. So that's the start of this idea. That is the start of what we want to do. And from there, if we want to do this effect, that's not enough. We now have to have take some kind of X input, and then as you get past a certain X value, you start having the threshold go down. So maybe right here, we want it to be a value of 1, wherever we set the X value, or the threshold at to be, and then over a certain distance, we're gonna have it fade out to 0, so that we have this nice little dot thing going on there. The other cool fancy thing we can do is apply translation to the sampling so that it feels like these dots are continuously moving. So yeah, you're starting to see the vision, right? Are you guys with me? You guys see what I'm talking about? Okay. So we're gonna change, or we're gonna have this value really represent, we're gonna change this value to instead be a threshold thing. To instead represent a, to instead be like a X value. So we're gonna change this to be, I don't know, X position, I guess. And we're gonna be changing stuff here. So what are we gonna do? Let's check something. So, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do i.uv.x. If it's greater than X position, we're gonna calculate a some kind of value called fade off, and it's gonna be essentially a clamp. Do I have my 0, 1 clamp here? I know we have I know I have one. I just don't know if I imported it yet. Now we're gonna use this function. So we're gonna do a clamp 0, 1. i.uv.x. If it's going this way, it's gonna get smaller. So maybe we just change the way the direction it comes in from. I don't know. I want to have the player be visible though, so I think we're gonna have it go from the right, which means we're gonna have to do some kind of a little flip magic. So 0 to 1. So let's say we set x position to 0.5. We want these values to map like the value between here to like a certain threshold. Yeah, okay, we're gonna do a lerp, essentially. Or are we gonna do that? No, I think we're gonna do just some division and then clamp it. So we're gonna do the difference. And in fact, this is gonna be in the scenario where i.uv.x is actually less than x position, that it qualifies to be discarded. And then we're gonna get the difference of it, which is gonna be minus, I don't know, threshold, whatever value we have set here, or x position divided by some kind of threshold value, which is gonna be like, I don't know, maybe you go like 10% of the screen or whatever that is. And then if fade off is less than I'm not confident with my math here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not putting too much effort into thinking it through, so we're just gonna do stuff and see how it works, because that's the fun of shaders, right? So we're gonna just do that, recompile it. Okay, you can kind of see the idea. You see the edge here? It's kind of there. We just need to flip it off, like flip it, not flip it off, but reverse it. But yeah, we're like almost there already. And if you want to see something really cool, you can do what we're gonna do. We're gonna do plus offset, and then we need to have some kind of speed coefficient, which might be like 0.2f or something. If we go back here, you're not gonna see it unless I actually like run the application. So I'll just do that. This does not seam perfectly, which sucks, but whatever, we'll live. But you see that? I mean, you can see the seam, but don't worry about it. Pretty dang snazzy. If I want to be more subdued with it. Nice. See how that works? Isn't that just pretty? I mean, it's wrong, but we're getting there. I think, what am I stopping at? Just leave it up running. We're doing shaders today. We can just recompile. I think the fix for this is going to be as simple as being like, I think that should do it. There ya go. There ya go. Ignoring the seam. We're ignoring the seam, right, guys? We're ignoring it. That's the thing we're practicing today. The last thing we want to do is have it be diagonal. And to do that, we're going to do threshold plus i.uv.y and then some kind of coefficient onto it. It could be like 0.2f or something. And if we do that, that's not it at all. That's not it at all. That's cool, but it's not it. Let's think. Let me think. How using x? We're doing X. Yeah, okay. I gotcha. So let's start with Y. Actually, no, I'm just gonna do the scaling it ahead of time. And then I think we do it here as well. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, see it? There we go. It just works. I mean, it's not perfect. Honestly, I almost feel tempted to just rotate this. Or honestly, maybe I overcomplicated things. Because you know what I could have done, guys? You know what I could have done? You know what I actually could have done instead of doing the math for this? It's so simple. Look at this life hack, guys. Look at this life hack. If we want this to look clean, this is what I could have done. I could have gone, first of all, pause. I could have just gone to here, and we just could have gone and done this. Okay, maybe it's not as good as I want it to be. I still believe there's a way to make it work. Oh, that's size, not the position. Where's position? Where's left top, position Z, right bottom? Wait, am I dumb? Am I being dumb right now? I feel like I'm being dumb. Screw it, just... Oh, wrong thing. Here we go. There we go. There we go. We could have done this. We could have just done this. Why is it stuck? Okay, there we go. I'm not sure. I actually kind of like the offset version. I don't know. Is that just me? I mean, this feels very clean, though. Also, I think the grid is too uniform. I don't like that. If I'm gonna be real with you guys, I don't like how clean that is. Kind of bothers me. You know what I'm saying? So maybe we change the asset a little bit and make it a little less uniform. But I'm liking this so far. This is pretty good. I think we did it pretty good so far. Deadline got pushed back. Yeah, and it's gonna keep getting pushed back if I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think everyone in this room knows that we're gonna get to the 30th, and the stream title is gonna change from making a game in 1 month to instead be making a game in 1 month plus 1 day. Then next stream is gonna be plus 2 days, plus 3 days. But I don't know, man. I just want to make something. I want to make something that I like, that I think feels and looks good, and is up to a quality that I have in my mind. But yeah, this is what else could we do? I almost want to make the matrix be a little bit more tighter, so we can do a thing of like multiplying the UV coordinate as well. I like that. And then maybe make the range for the offset be smaller. Because right now I have what's the threshold? 0.1. Fade size 0.05 f, and make this be divided by that instead. so you can make it a little bit more. No, that's like, what's the point? What's the point? If we're not gonna flex this cool effect, why even bother, right? And we're gonna have layers of it too. Yeah, you know what? You know what we're gonna do? I'm not gonna lie, having it be angled like this is growing on me though. As opposed to doing it, that it feels almost too clean. You feel me? Like, I kind of like the noise of this. Am I the only one here in chat who thinks like this is like that? Has February month, the month of February has 52 days. Yeah, guys, this month actually has like 192 days in it. Cozy, you gotta make 1 month, 31 days. They'll never know. That's true. They'll never know. It'll be our secret. I like this. I think we're sticking with this. This is the direction we're going. We're using this. And then on top of that, I think I'm gonna have a color attribute. Because why not? It's my rules. I can do what I want. Or can I just do, no, not white, that's for textures. Yep. Float 4. Okay, cool. And then we're gonna do color times that. That should be fine. And then we can close that. We can go to here. I could fix the seam. I could do that. Or I can just make it not oscillate. Nah, that's lame. We're gonna make it red, I think, for this game, or orange or something. And I think we're gonna do a couple of these actually. We're gonna have like 2 of them. So one's gonna be like this one is gonna be like, I think, like this. And you're gonna have a dot matrix value that's a little bit. You're the back one. Yeah. So you're gonna have this one. And this one is going to have a value that's slightly further up. Why is this being drawn first? There we go. So the back one, you're going to have a value that slightly exceeds it. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Let's press play. That's not what, that's not correct. That's not right. That's very wrong. And you know that, sir. Why are you wrong? Why are we wrong today? There we go. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Nice. This feels a little dark for me. I'm gonna brighten it up a little bit so I can see it better. But yeah, I'm happy with that. The last order of business is making this actually loop seamlessly. so you don't see the seams in the texture, but I think this is the route, man. I think this is the route we're going. This is what I was trying to represent on this like little sketch. Also, I think I have the angle backwards. I need you to be... Okay, that feels a little too bright. I don't even know. I'm not happy. So, X offset is times this. What if I make it... Nice. Very nice. Okay. I like that. And now it's going to be a matter of setting these uniform values on runtime when you go to pause. So we're going to have a... What do we have here? We're going to make a pause view because I know for a fact it's going to grow in complexity as things go on. Actually, I'm probably going to use these. Actually, no, I'm not. They're going to be explicit things. I don't know. Pause back. Front. And then we have to do stuff. Message broker. Receive. On. Nope. Don't lie to me. I know for a fact we have a pause. You liar. Actually, I can just go straight to here. So what do we have? We have this, we have this, we have an on pause, yes. Oh, I named it bad. That's on me. It's supposed to have the message prefix on it. Just kidding. No. No. Okay. And then we're going to have some functions here. Okay. What else are we gonna do? We're gonna have to have some buttons as well. No, I'm not creating a type. You know what type I'm looking for? Yes, that one. UI, yes. And there's a name conflict. That's fine. Now, ideally, we just set these and things work, but I think we want to do something over a set of amount of time. So I think I might just do some kind of enumerator instead of just these guys, but then we have to worry about a couple different things like canceling and starting and all that kind of stuff. So what do I want to do? We can have like a resume and pause that set values, and then an update we keep on like change walking values towards their desired target. That's a thing. That is a thing we can do. Or I think we're just gonna do that. Yeah, I think we're gonna... Stop. Your assumptions are wrong. I guess we're just do like pause state. I think actually we're not going to even do that much here. I mean, maybe I will. I don't know. I may want to do some things immediately where we have UI pop up, and then I think I'm going to hard code some stuff. So X closed value so it's gonna be like negative, I don't know, do like negative. Oh, it's gonna wrap, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing we need to consider. So maybe just not, it's not enough to have the render, but maybe have the actual game objects themselves. Or we can have like some kind of general transform that's gonna contain everything that we can activate as well. Okay, that's not enough. You have to actually do game object. No. Okay, so that might be enough actually. And then we can just like lerp from values. Am I gonna do a switch statement on a Boolean? That's kind of dumb, honestly. But then again, I just hate I hate if statements so much. It's not even a big deal. It's nothing. It's a nothing burger. This is dumb, actually. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why is this how I operate? And why do I still like this? Whatever. So we're gonna do. Oh, there's one last thing. We also have to have. Size diff. I think I'm gonna give like a 0.1 f difference. All right, and then we're gonna have bg dot set uniform. Oh yeah, we have to make some shader we have to cache some shader properties as well. What did I call you? You were called X position. Right, X position, and right, we're gonna have to have a float here to. Yeah. So we're gonna do something here. We do X background X position is gonna be equal to math f lerp. It's gonna be glorious. And what are we gonna be lerping? We're gonna be lerping from our current value to our not epsilon. We're gonna be targeting our. If it's true, we're going to the pause value. And then we're going to have some, no, not epsilon either. We're going to have some kind of derived p-value for it. Maybe make this public, actually. No. What are we gonna call this? It's gonna be percent per second. And I don't know, let's just do like 3%, or maybe, no, let's do like 15 or 12%. Not 15%. Okay, cool. This is gonna be our p-value. No, we're not using p-value there. We're using the p-value here. We're gonna use background, position, and then we'll do the same thing. Let's cache this. Cool, now it's cached. Front is gonna be the same thing, I think, plus our offset. Or size diff, there we go. Perfect. So we were good here, I believe. Or honestly, this is always going to be happening regardless of the switch statement, and making this whatever. You know what? This is dumb. I don't know why. Whatever. Like, honestly, this could even be boiled down to a ternary operator, if I'm gonna be real with you. Like, yeah, there's probably some other things we're gonna do differently based off of this. But if I'm gonna be real with you, man, like, why? Why? Why are we doing this to ourselves? That's like an extra level of indentation that's just unnecessary. We're gonna change this to be is paused. Okay, and what do we do from here? What do we do from here? Honestly, we even just change. Honestly, dude, honestly. I mean, this is probably not the best, but whatever. We can do this. We can do is paused, and we do the pause value. Otherwise, we do BG. Resume value. That simple. Literally all there is to it. Look how much we simplify that. And got rid of indentation. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, isn't that nice? Okay, so this should do the thing now. Let's actually set the values we require, and then we're gonna be good to go. Let me catch up in chat. My bad, guys. I've been kind of focused this stream. Game in 2 weeks, day 53. That's good. Spectre CHG kind of miss my old fatty. You should do it, man. You should get make some space, man. Drill a hole in your wall. Yeah, I'm actually using this. I mean, it's peripherals. Yeah, default. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, much cleaner, right, Dr. Lobbins? Much cleaner. Let me catch up in the other chat as well. My bad, guys. Is awesome in streams, but why seriously do you wanna? What's going on, GKCN2? It's C# and HLSL for the shader stuff. Okay, we're gonna make a container. Because yes, we love nesting. We love continuously nesting. That is what makes us feel alive in the morning. Container. In fact, here we go. So this is the back one. This is the front one. No resume button because that's not applicable here. And let's just see how this works. It's either going to be terrible or great. Or maybe you just have to tweak some values, but it's not going to be that bad. Okay, wrong value offsets, but I'm liking the idea. Liking the idea. This is kind of starting from the wrong place, though. Starting from the wrong place, but this is something. This is something. So where's the resume value? The resume value is negative. That's why we want to be off screen. But this is actually not bad so far. Except for the fact that the background is rendering on top of stuff. I don't know why that's happening. That's a bit weird, honestly. Not sure why that's happening. Why is that happening? Let me think. Why might this be appearing whence I do not wish for it to look like this? Why, oh why? Raycast target? No. Not a raycast target as well. Container is also wrong size. Hopefully that doesn't terribly morph things in a bad, terrible, evil way, but we're gonna find out. And as far as front is concerned, see, you're rendering correctly here. But over there, you're not. And it has nothing to do with Z position. Usually it's dependent upon order. But like this is, I have it in the right order. Where the things I want to have in the back should be in the top of the hierarchy, not in the bottom of it. If I flip it, it's not gonna, it doesn't change anything, yeah. So it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. Let's try this again though. Let's see if my fix, if that change just makes it work good. Are we waiting for what exactly? There we go. To do 3D world in a 2D camera? I mean, it's up to you. Nice. You see that? Look at that. Yeah, like any game you're doing, even if it's 2D, it's using a 3D camera at some level. It's just most of the time you're just using orthographic projection. Yeah, it's gonna be the menu, Dr. Lob. That's the plan. It's gonna be the menu. See, I'm still confused by this though. Because the order seems to be correct. The orientation is correct. But somehow, this one is being overdrawn. and their Z orders are far apart from one another. What if I invert it though? I mean, usually this doesn't impact it, or has minimal impact. No, it does impact it. That's weird. It's like unintuitive, but I guess that's the way it works. Nice. Let's pause it one more time. I want to do a couple more tweaks, but this is going to get the shader level. Should be pretty quick. CF smaller. That's one part of it. The other element is going to be making this be a smaller fade size, maybe like half that amount. Yeah. And then I want to have the difference be a little bit smaller as well, but that's a CPU side thing we need to do, so we're going to have to change. What are we going to change? This guy here by 0.05. I think that should work. Okay, cool. Try it and run it. 2D can render 3D with some tweaks after with this. This is how I work half the time. Sorry if my question's dumb. It's not a dumb question. Thank you, Personal View. Based after you set the foundation code and biased correctly. What's going on here? Yeah. I think the Z order is different. The Z position is different for UI versus world. I mean, it is different versus world space, but the Z direction is flipped. Yeah, Z direction is flipped. That's the issue here. So this one should actually be positive. Oh, wrong thing. Wrong element. And that should be correct now. Why is this like... Wait. Did it get transformed as well? Is that why the dots felt smaller, bigger than they're supposed to be? Oh. In which case, okay. In which case I might have to resize the shader, the dots to be bigger again. But that's an easy fix. Yeah, we can do that. That's easy. That's just... Nice. Very nice. I'm very happy with this. This came together way simpler, or simply than I would have expected. Let's see if this works. Come on. We need to add the icon here to start the pause. I think I'm going to have it a little bit further up. Let me build this to mobile and see as well how it looks there, but I'll do it after. Where is the pause view? Yeah, we need to set you up still. We'll do that now. We're gonna change these to be like on resume and on pause, because we're gonna make an actual pause function. Or maybe not. We could just do it make it a closure. Do I have a static effect? Yeah, we do. Actually, before we do any of this stuff, what did I call it? Isn't it? Oh, it's a resume button. Click as observable. Okay, and then we're gonna yoink this, yoink that there. We're gonna do, no, request resume, not pause. And then add to, so we don't actually keep doing this stuff after we dispose of this game object. And now it's a matter of just adding a, oh, we need to make the UI slide in as well. That's a thing. That is a thing. Okay, cool. We're just gonna have a universal. No. X, and it's gonna be, I don't know what kind of chords we're dealing with and where they're centered, but I think negative 2000 shall be fine. Though I'm starting to think that we need to have like some kind of coroutines instead of just this and then having things be lerped on update. I think we need to actually just do coroutines. Let's see what we gotta do though. Alright, let me catch up real quick. I'd say 180 Sports so far from Optimization Blitz, how it goes. I mean, orthographically, because 2D requires Z code that doesn't. Harkley is all. Yeah, I mean, like, there's still Z order when it comes to 2D sprites. Unless you know for a fact, like, there's. Like, unless you have something where you just don't. I mean, there's still some. Like, it's always going to be something. Like, unless you're doing something odd where you're not interfacing with. Or you're not going to. You're enforcing some kind of restriction where there's no occlusion. There's always going to be some kind of concept of Z. Yeah, it's old. No, it's not old Unity. It's like Unity 2022. It's pretty recent. I mean, recent-ish. Before 6. Before the big hop to 6. Do I actually want to do this? Do I want to make this go? We have the resume button. We have these other buttons too. We're probably going to need. There's also probably going to be an escape button or quit button. In fact, we just make headers for all this stuff. And we're probably going to have sub views as well. I'm sorry, do I have multiple cursors this entire time? Have I been breaking stuff without realizing it? I have. Well, that's not great. Thankfully, it's something not crazy. Yeah, this though. Yeah, I think we're gonna do on enumerator. I don't want to though. I don't wanna. So we're not gonna do it. Instead, we have button off screen X, and then we have button centered X, which is gonna be like something like, I don't know, probably like 50 or 500. And then we're gonna do the same lerp thing we do here. But instead we're gonna do like 2 ternaries actually. Where it's gonna be there's like a rect, there's a rect transform here. I don't really know enough about Unity's UI stuff to do good things with it. But I know they have like a rect transform, but you have to like get component for it, I think. I think they don't have it exposed normally through the yeah. Override X is all gonna happen in there. And then if it's paused, we're gonna be going from off screen X to button centered X, and everything's gonna be a flipped version of that. Cool. That seems appropriate to me. So they're all gonna be kind of the similar. Okay, cool. I'm good with that so far. I think. Actually, no, I'm not. It's gonna be stuck. This one should be the current X value for this. That's how we're getting the smooth effect, is by mutating the value every single frame. Yeah, okay, now we're good. We're going from this to, if it's paused, to centered, and then it's not off screen, but yeah, we'll see about that. Cool. Okay, and then there's an error here, because bad things have happened. I'm sorry, do I still have multiple cursors going on here? I better not. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's weird. Okay, but I think we're good. Okay. Let me catch up in chat real quick, guys. What's up, Keithy? Sarcasm? How much years are you using Unity? Like 4 or 5 years at this point. Making a game Zaraki. I'm making a UI, a pause UI thing. We did some shader stuff to do the like this little effect things have gone bad because there's a null reference because we didn't add the button that we're supposed to have. We need to add the button. We didn't add the button. So our game jumped off a bridge. Not really, it's not a big deal. Text message, yeah, why not? Why not? I'm sorry, I thought I named you Resume. Okay, there we go. Okay, where are you, friend? Where art thou? You're gonna be negative 100. How about that? And then this can be 0, and this can be like 1 or something. I don't see the button though. That's probably not a good sign, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't feel happy about that. But it shows up in the game perfectly fine. I don't know why things are done this way. It's like we're in a Bizarro world and everything is just backwards. Life is confusing. Did I rotate like any of the canvases around or something? Screen space, overlay, yeah. There's no rotations, no rotations. No, no one's rotated here. And yet. What's going on with you, dog? Yeah, it's gonna make it a pain to deal with. Are we backwards actually? Are we just... Let's just run it. Let's see. What's going on? I'm just working on a game. I'm doing a pause menu thing. It might be in game object. Okay, it's good to know. Cool, now this is instant. Oh, I didn't set the thing. I created the button, but I didn't actually do the thing. Here we go. You're gonna do the thing where you gaslight me, so I'm gonna have to look away, come back here, and then you're good. Cool. Return. Let's try this again. Come on, pal. Okay, so that button's transform is not changing. So I guess we do have to use the rect transform. I guess we do have to indeed use... Oh wait, one second. I think I did this wrong. This is modifying a copy, not the original. I am dumb. What I really want to do is this. But also we should probably find rect transform at some point. Someone mentioned there being like a thing for this. Bye, Cozy Hacker. You have a good one, Supernatural Signals. Takes me 2 days to exonerate some code that you're editing in real time. I continue to get ahead of myself even though I'm trying not to. What do you mean get ahead of yourself? Non-transform? Oh, like in game object? Oh, I'm being dumb. Nope. No. Okay. So what? Do I have to just get transformed, like a get component? I know that's how I've done it in the past. Look at all these observables. That's kind of cool, actually. I didn't even look at that. You know what? We can always just go... straight to the horse's mouth. I'm assuming you have to do a get transform or get component. But it feels like there should be something built in. This is the 6 point. And just the definition of it. It doesn't talk about accessing. That's for screen coordinate stuff. Yeah, I'd probably just get component. It's whatever. That's kind of dumb, but... I'll deal with that in a bit. Let me just do it let me do it the glue sniffing way first. Which is just modifying the transform, the normal. I guess it's gonna, if it's inheriting from regular transform, then I'm assuming I can modify the local values or the position values. I mean, we're gonna find out. Let's just run it. See what happens. Yeah, of course. I mean, when you're used to Vimming around like your entire system, of course you want to have Vim in your browser. Of course you want to be able to, like, I don't know. 1 second. Of course you want to be able to search for stuff and then be able to go down and then be able to, like, hey, I want to click on, I don't know, maybe this part. And then go through here and then, like, be able to navigate the web page and select stuff. And then navigate back. It is very convenient once you've crossed that road. It's like that Hal thing from Malcolm in the Middle where he just turns to you and then the background goes dark and he's like, once you get in, there's no turning back. Once you taste Vim, it's just like, dog, you can't go back. You want everything in your life to be Vim. Window management with Vim style commands. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, let's just re-import and run. I also use this Firefox plugin just not all the time. Gotcha. I mean, there's sometimes where you can't. It's unfortunate, but it's just kind of how things is. Yo! I mean, wrong position, but I like it. I like that. And if I click, okay, that's kind of tragic. I can't. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Do I need to make it a raycast target? Is that the issue here? Is that the background is not a raycast target? Or maybe it's because it's on the. I don't know. It should be. That shouldn't impact it, but whatever. Who am I? Yeah, this is actually pretty good, man. This is pretty good. Maybe let's make it 700 or maybe 800, and it should be like 2,000 or 4,000 off screen. But I think we're gonna be good, man. We're gonna be good. Let's just run it. A little ahead, but better. I need to get rid of this level. It's showing the level that's been generated. It's still useful for debugging purposes, but it's kind of ruining the mojo I got going on here. Wow, the color looks vastly different on my screen than compared to stream. It's like it looks oranges, but on stream it looks more like almost pink. Saturation. What is there anything for hue? Sharpness, volume, brightness, hue. Is this how that matches the colors more accurately? Oh, that's kind of wild. The game almost looks dull. What about in green mode? All your problems go away when you're in green mode. Okay, let's not do that. Okay, so that looks... This looks closer to what my other screens show. Cool. So the pause button is kind of working. I mean, we need to finagle with positions a little bit more, but I'm liking it. We're gonna do shaders for. So I'm gonna change them. I'm gonna make a model for these obstacles, and we're gonna do like a. We're gonna do a shader for that as well to make it look like holographic. But so far, it's coming together, man. It's coming together. I'm excited. 1920. This will be like what? $1,300, something around there. We're getting closer. With Java stuff, not really, man. Post-processing the hue. Well, no, I'm saying that the CRT monitor itself, the colors were wrong. They're off compared to the actual colors I see on my side monitors, which is why I had to do some little correction. What's going on, Ayush Pandey? Hope you're doing well. That looks better. We are pressing the button. We are pressing the button. The tragic thing, though, is that it's not resuming, which signals to me that there's something wrong going on here. There's also a missing reference exception, but that's from audio. I'm not going to worry about that. But that means there's something weird going on here, where we have the pause module. Or maybe this is not invocating. Maybe I have to do another type of on button. No, I did on click as observable. No, I didn't. I did on pointer down. Now I need to do on click as observable. There we go. Also, I'm going to modify the player controller so that when we're paused, it's not going to do the get the inputs. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna do simple. We're gonna pull. Actually, I should just cache it. No. Backend, that's what we do. Actually, wait. Do you not? Yeah, we have pause already there, so it's like... Yeah, we can just do this. And then here, instead of doing this whole thing, we can just do pause is pause, and then we return, because we're not going to be drawing stuff. Maybe we just do a thing to disable everything. So we set these to false. But that's about it. Or maybe just order them correctly in the hierarchy so it doesn't even matter. Okay. Come on, work with me. Oh, is that a gnomon? What's a gnomon? On that display, because yeah, it's a real display I'm coding on. It's a real physical thing I'm doing all my coding with. She works pretty good for me. I mean, it's kind of the beauty of Vim. Like, if I was using if I wasn't using Vim and on Linux and have my workflow the way I wanted to, I would not be able to work this way. But because my workflow is super streamlined, it's very easy for me to actually work even in a very small display. It's kind of cool how that works out. It's very nice. Nice. We can resume. Yeah. Very nice. I think when I have this background one work at a slower speed, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to, well, this is background exposition. Oh, we're just using offset for it. Yeah, no. We're gonna have foreground X position. Okay, that works for me. And now we're gonna have like 2 lerps. And it's gonna be the same thing, but now we're gonna do plus BG size diff. That's gonna be the only difference, and then we're gonna also change the p-value, so it's not actually the only difference. We're gonna do one additional thing here. Let's make it like almost as fast, but not quite. So there's like a noticeable lag. And then instead of doing the math here, foreground position, cool. Background X position, foreground X position. We do the math the way that I think makes sense. I think we're good to go. Let's resume it, and then I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, Vim is a lot to configure. I'm not gonna lie. I only use pure Vim, like when I'm doing just simple C, not simple, but self-contained C projects that are not using other tools, and I enjoy it a lot when I'm doing it in that kind of context. But in a grander scheme, or on like project like this, like trying to force Vim to work or integrate with like Unity or other stuff, it's just involved. It's like time. It's cool if you get it to work, but I just like just having an IDE, and then just have an IDE, plot the plugin, have it do the thing. Oh, he's like lagging. He's trying hard to catch up now. He's trying his hardest, but he's not quite there. Or maybe it is. No. Maybe my condition here is wrong. For foreground position. Oh, because we're using background position to inform it. No, we have to use foreground position. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna make it more pronounced as well. Okay, that should hopefully fix that, and then we can just run it and see how this works. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Nice. Actually, I think I want to flip them. I think I actually want to flip these two. Yeah, I think I'm gonna flip them. Yeah, I'm gonna flip it. But I like that this feels much more, it's getting like more and more polished, dude. It's getting more and more polished. Nice. Oh, dude, I am so happy. This is coming together so freaking nice. I don't know why this is not populating anymore. That's kind of concerning if I'm gonna be honest with you. It means there's some things that are not happening that should... There's things that are happening that should not be happening. Which is concerning. But hey. We'll take the wins we can take. What is the story here, though? I'm kind of curious. No texture is being supplied to it. So that's kind of, This is kind of concerning. That this would be... I'm glad this doesn't break when we resume. The joystick still works. I kind of like quantize these because it's like too smooth, because it's like every per fragment right on screen. I want to do this, have this be a little bit decimated and more pixelated. But I'm going to leave this as is for now. But that's an idea I have. Gosh, I could just look at this all day, dude. Is this not mesmerizing? It is to me, at least. Even with the seams that are all, like, very visible, it's not a... Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. I said the piece. That's it, man. You know, I think... I'm thinking of how I'm going to go about this store business. We have the whole chip idea, but I'm almost feel inclined to have abilities be tied to the characters instead of having chips you can swap out from your machine. But I'm debating it. I'm not sure how I'm going to go about it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna leave that as is though. Did I delete, like, okay, let me look at the diff. Let's look at the diff. That's gonna expose any lies I have here. So we deleted hit.wave. Why do we, wait, what? Why did we delete hit.effects.wave? Modify these, that's fine. Untracked file. Resources. Hazard shader. Sound effects. Oh yeah, because we moved these files around. Yeah, that's why. You have these added. Pause view. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm cool with that. Push, not origin. And I have the correct access rights. Oh, not Burge, it's Berg. There we go. I was like, oh, am I gonna have to log in or something? No, we're good. Nice. Okay, this is really good. This is actually really good so far. Model state. I don't know why you're not doing stuff, man. What's going on, Nancy Sanchez? Bro, I found you. Again, thank God. Ever since I found you the first time, my life has been different, like different. I mean, I'm hoping it's different for the better. I'm hoping. But I appreciate it, man. Hopefully it's for the better, man. Hopefully you didn't see this stream and then like ended up homeless promptly afterwards. But glad to have you here. Okay. So we have this working. Now. So what's the next state of things I want to do? We do need to have the other button for exiting as well. So we're gonna have, let me yoink this. No, exit button. Do I have a thing here to transition to like the next state? Do I have do I not have static utility functions for this? Let me look here. That's bad state. Yeah. Private. Public, void, go to state. It's a member function. Okay. The garage. So this is gonna hard transition the application to the garage, if you so exit. Cool. Simple. Nothing crazy. I should probably have things for substates too before committing to the action, but we'll deal with nested states later. Let's just get the bare bones functionality happening and then go from there. And I think I'm gonna make my own text rendering thing. I said screw it. We did it already for the Cozy Cabin Games thing. We can do it here as well. I don't want to. What? I don't want our system restart. Get out of here. Get out of here, Buster. Okay. And quit. That's how you spell quit, right? I'm pretty sure that's how you do it. I feel exit's too it's too ambiguous. Do you want to exit the pause menu, or do you want to exit the game, or whatever? This quit feels more explicit. You're giving up. Like eye-opening. It's like it shifted me into an entirely different alternative reality. By the way, my name's Carlos. I'm just on my sister's old phone. Gotcha. And she's just still logged into YouTube. Bet, man. But yes, in a good way, I find it mystical. I'm glad, man. I'm glad, Carlos. I'm glad that... I'm not sure what I've done on stream that shifted your perspective on life, but... Hey, man. It's for the positive, and you're happy, and... it's helping you pursue some value or meaning. I'm glad to be a part of that, man. And I'm very thankful that you let me know about that as well. And hopefully if you are comfortable with it, I'd love to hear a bit more about it. Because you piqued my curiosity, but I totally understand this is a public place. And I don't know, some people have certain proclivities for sharing. Alright, we have this quote, quit... thing. I want to start printing out stuff just to make memory of, like, because I sometimes hear like some cool or nice things from like DMs on Instagram or something, or even chats here, and it's kind of sad that it's just like so. This stuff is kind of effervescent. Like it just kind of. It would be nice to have some like mementos to be like, oh, this happened. I don't know. I just think about like if you watch Bob Ross or something, like he talks about how he receives letters. Not that I'm gonna open up a PO box or anything like that, but like the idea of sending someone a message, a written letter, is so thoughtful. And like I've been wanting to do that to like people in my life as well, because I think it's nice that, you know, whatever happens in life, they're gonna have this correspondence from me, and it's gonna be like a physical representation of, hey, this was our relationship. I cared about you, you know, and here's some mundane stuff, right? That you can, you know, remember, you know, the situation or remember those moments by, like, to your family, brothers, sisters, parents. It kind of sucks that a lot of the evidence for our relationships with people is all digital, and in a weird way it feels less real because of that. Whereas like physical letters that are sent to people, it's like nice real things that showed that your connection with these people were real. Not that it needs to be, you need to have that for that to be the case, but it's just that, I don't know, it's just nice that there's like byproducts of it. Anyways, so we have exit, we have resume, we have exit button. Let's just test that. Let's just test it. I think everything's hooked up, right? Like I'm pretty sure everything's hooked up here, so we can just run it. And then if I press exit, it should take me back to the main menu, and we're gonna be good. So we pause. Nice. We press play. We're back in it. Nice. Oh, the pause state isn't reset. We have to do that, don't we? Should this be handled here? That doesn't feel responsible, but at the same time, I kind of feel irresponsible today. Nah. Anytime you go to the garage. God, are we gonna do this? It's gonna do it here. So we're going from whatever current state to the garage. Go to shop. Anytime you go to shop, we're gonna enforce that the pause is resumed. Request resumption. I should change it to request resumption. That sounds more accurate, but whatever. Likewise, pause view. We need to have these buttons also be impacted by this. So not only do we have to do this for the resume, but also do this for the exit button so that everything fades in and out. And is that everything there is to this? I believe so. So let's just run it. Right? Experience in netcode? No, that's like the weakest part of my knowledge. I've done like back-end infrastructure stuff before a long time ago. But that's like the extent of my experience. I want to get more into it. Start making... I'd like to make some online games at some point. Or games that can be played online multiplayer, but I just simply haven't really done that. It'll be kind of cool to design around that. I think if I do because I'm planning to make my own Discord, like a private, like so like I want to make. We currently have a Discord, and it's cool. But I want to have something that's independent and something that is separate from anything else, so that it's not going to be impacted by any. It's not going to be impacted by any major platforms because it's its own thing, right? It's going to be a self-hosted thing. And then second of all, if I create my own infrastructure for this, I can like make my own custom clients and do things that are cooler than what Discord does. Like I can have a thing where people in the Discord, like yeah, it's gonna have the form and whatnot, right? But then it's also we can have like an actual physical space or digital space, not a digital space where people can like hang out and have avatars and stuff like that. And they even have it synced with live streams so that like events in there can affect the stream, or events on stream can affect that, or have like an overlay with that. And that's another idea I've been wanting to do. Oh, there's a lot of ideas. And then like have like, hey, people who are active on like YouTube can have their own like points or something and use it to customize their characters or something. I don't know. There's like so much more power to what you can do with it. I just like the idea of being independent and not reliant upon the service that's gonna be requesting all our IDs and does not respect our privacy. I don't know why this is being this way. Oh, are we? I just copy and pasted it, did I? Yeah, I did. I didn't use exit button. They're sharing the same rect. That's why. Yeah, there we go. Exit button. Yeah, we're good here. This should be good. Nice. Might do the offset as well, so it's not just like straight, it's actually be at an angle, but this is fine. This is fine. Cool. I'm happy with this. There's no errors here. I don't know why the model state thing is being the way it is. Is there did I make a duplicate copy? I did. So maybe this one's not This one's being populated, but it's being hidden by this one. Oh, that's an easy fix. That's an easy fix. Come on. Come on. Yep, there we go. And then, yeah, resume. We're still stuck in a state of pause, though. That's not good. That's actually very worrying. This is very worrying, honestly. Yeah, I feel weird about this. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna leave this as it is right now because I think it's in a good state. I mean, good-ish state. I'm gonna have to change it. Let me push this before I start doing the next tweaks I have in mind. And then while we've done that, I want to start thinking critically about... Yeah, we're going to focus on code tasks today because as much as I want to do some assets and make things look pretty, I still want to get the technical stuff done. I think we started hooking up the player with the chip ability, if I'm not mistaken. So let me look at that, and if it's the case, let's see here. I'll leave that as is. Yeah, this iEnumerator for time stop, for default dash. And this does the whole time stop thing. That's where we had the revelation we need to make enemies, yep. And obstacles that move around and aren't static. Yep, I remember that. I do recall that one. So, let's just do the... Let's add the chip. Let's just add the chip. See if it works the way I want it to. Oh, we also have to add a thing for the player controller. That's what we're doing. Yeah. Oh, and I remember now. Okay. There's some weird stuff. Yeah, with player controller. Or actually, there was weird stuff, but then we decided to just be... Never mind. We did indeed do weird stuff because of reasons. Because I wanted to make this a pipeline where just information flows downwards. But that means is chip activated. There's 3 usages of that within player. Okay, it's one in player though. And then we try activating chip. Okay, let's just see if this works. Let's do... And we still have to... Okay, there's some things we still need to do though. We have UI. It's the game view. We should call this what it is, game view. And you need some new things, don't you? No, you don't. The player controller needs stuff. Of course. We're gonna make this rat's nest of we're making this rat's nest of a dependency come more and more to fruition. Yeah, you have the chip button now. So we have to have this invisible button across the screen, and we're going to use that to indicate when you do attacks. We have the game view here. We're going to create a button, a simple button. UI button. Very nice. This progress is crazy. A couple weeks ago I saw the stream and there were like no windows, just NeoVim. I don't watch too much, so why program? It's fun to program like that. Thanks for mentioning that, by the way. It feels like I've done so much and yet feels like I've done nothing. It's very weird. There's a lot of underlying complexity and decisions that have gone here. But yet for most people they're not going to see it. Which means we're doing good, but it's like, oh, on the outset, at least for me, like I look at the gameplay of the game and I'm like, did we do a bunch? This has to be a physical thing too at some point, but we're just gonna leave that for later. Because we're gonna have to do a radio. There's gonna be cooldowns. That's the thing. There's cooldown timers on this stuff. So we have to have like we're gonna have to have like a radial thing that's gonna indicate where it's gonna indicate where. See, like this is all backwards, man. Why is the Z order flipped? Okay, whatever. We have this player controller. We can now give you the button, the chip activator. And does the default, do we even give you a chip? Let's give the character an ability chip. Hull's resources. Wait, why is this stuff in, wait. Okay, we're just gonna create a folder called chips. We're gonna create, create parts chips. We're gonna have one for dash. We're gonna make another one for time stop. You're gonna have a new GUID. You're gonna have a new GUID. You're gonna be called time stop. Stops time, dude. There's a price for it. It's probably like 10 shekels or something. I don't know. It's not locked. There's some icons that are gonna appear somewhere, and you're gonna be the time stop ability. You're gonna have a cooldown of like 1 second, which we haven't even implemented that yet, but we'll do that eventually. Okay, let's see if these abilities actually activate. Oh, I didn't even, no, never mind. I didn't do the thing. I need to assign it to the default vehicle. Parts registry. Default parts. Here we go. Default brakes, engine, hull, and then the default one. Let's do time stop. I think that's going to be a... Actually, let's do the dash. That's a simple one. Why are these in resources? Why do we load these? Why do we do that? Parts registry. Time stop. Cool. Okay. Let's just run it and hope for the best. A C# and Unity for this? No, not really. No, not at all. Just C# and then Maybe I'm going to rewrite some of this stuff to be burst compiled and use the job system, but null reference. So I think there's some things I'm doing that can really be parallelized just for nicer speed. But yeah, vehicles, not chips. Not great. This is not good at all. These are null. Okay, buddy, work with me. Where do we do the default vehicle stuff? Okay, default. We get this function. We do, oh, we construct it. We don't even load it from resources. We just straight up. Oh. That would explain things. Why they're in resources. This is dumb. Why did I do it this way? I could just have like a vehicle configuration and load that. Oh, I didn't want to make it a scriptable, did I? Yeah. Only the underlying components are scriptables. Gotcha. Still kind of dumb if I'm gonna be real with you, but I understand my rationale again. And these chips have to be in there. Oh, why is so stupid? I don't like that. Okay. I'm gonna yoink, cause now not everything's stored directly. I'm gonna reorganize this. We're gonna reorganize it. Life's gonna be good. We're not gonna forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. Okay, now it should actually not be null. Hey, just wanted you to know. You inspired me to stop vibe coding, even though it's a lot harder now, but it actually gets easier. Dude, that's great to hear, Kepper. I'm glad to hear that, man. I'm glad to hear that you're wrestling through it, but you're actually trudging and getting better at it. I'm glad to hear that, man. Thanks for letting me know about that. Oh. Oh, I'm stuck dashing backwards. Oh no. So the ability thing is working, kind of. There's some issues you need to fix there, but yeah. Yeah, that makes me very glad to hear, man. I wish you all the best in your journey, and I'm hoping you start, yeah, you're already enjoying it more. Or if not, because you're still during that the hump of difficulty. Hopefully you start having tasting the fun foods of like, hey, I have the power now. I can just make the changes I want to fluidly. Last input. Speed boost. We're using last input for this. What if we just force this to be just directly right? Just overthrow it. Doesn't matter. Keep going. We should also have a thing here for I like the disposable thing from coroutine. I like this a lot. Where instead of doing just this, we can actually do this. Disposable. And then, first of all, if you try activating it, but then there's like an ability that's in progress, we're not gonna let you. We're not gonna do duplicates. So now we're going to do this instead. We're going to say disposable equals from coroutine subscribe and we're going to do the same thing over here as well. Okay, that's pretty good. Yep, good here. And then across all of these, they all have a return to normal thing, I believe. They don't, but I'm going to institute that as a requirement so that I, in here, can go, hey, not only are we setting this stuff to be what they need to be, but we can also go, yo, ability and in progress. First of all, dispose it. And then we're going to set it to null so that now you can re-enter. So we're guarding this from executing multiple abilities requests at the same time. And instead they have to wait until the previous request has been fully fulfilled. Pretty nice, actually. I mean, on paper, we're going to find out right now just how nice this actually looks like when we compile and run it. Godot, I know people enjoy it. It's not for me. And that's the most I'm going to say. But I'm not going to yuck people's yum. It seems like a pretty good engine. Seems like people are doing some cool stuff with it. Just sadly, it's not for me. To what you were saying earlier, agree. Just subbed and liked. Thank you, Wavy. I appreciate it. Yeah, go. Feel free to sleep to this, guys. You're not gonna offend me. In fact, that makes me happy. It's like, yeah. Please, please. I'm kind of held hostage here. I can't control this now. How long does this last for? Help me. I can't. So it's not equal null, we return. Then we do observable from coroutine, we do dash, default dash, and then subscribe, then return. We set this, yeah, so there's no, we should guard against re-entering. Then here, we reserve control, set the speed boost to 3, input override to right, and you wait for, it's supposed to be for half a second, but maybe this doesn't support wait for time. Fixed update, nope. Not end of frame. Wait for, what do I want to wait for? Is there milliseconds? Seconds should support, it's a float though, right? Yeah, it's seconds, it's a float. Seconds support is smaller, so this should be fine. I don't know. For example, the church saints used to get close to 3,000 letters a day and would literally reply to them all in a day. That's amazing, dude. Hey, bro, just game development. Yeah, like that's a awesome example of that.
And I think it's special because it's like it creates a connection in the community, right? Like you hear stories of like Mr. Rogers getting letters and responding to people and remembering them and then following up too with their birthdays. Like it's a really sweet thing, man. And like writing letters is very different than texting. Cause texting is superfluous, it's thoughtless, and it's immediate. But with a letter, you have to carefully craft your thoughts and think critically, hey, this is going to take a while to get to this person, and what is meaningful to communicate to them? How do I want them to feel? What do I want them to know about my state? And what do I wish to know about them as well? It's a level of thoughtfulness that is just far beyond regular texting. Gosh, man, gotta go back to it. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing, dude. I love that example you gave, though, with the Saints. Getting 3,000 letters. I don't need to do this. Yeah. So, now we're facing this predicament of why is my code not working? Clearly we're entering here, though. That is for sure. So I guess the best way, or at least the most direct way, direct, but the simplest way to just do this is debug log this bad boy. Dash started. Dash ended. Maybe there's something we reserve control, we say is player. Yeah, I know, we set that to true, and then we have the speed boost set to whatever we want it to be, and then return to normal, please, is we say, hey, false, speed boost is back to 0, or to 1, because it's a coefficient, so you don't want to have it be 0, because then it's going to zero out the entire expression that you're multiplying against. But, yeah. This should be. I need to fix my shortcuts. They're all like not working on this machine. Show. I want to see usages. Find usages. Control Shift 7. That's stupid. That's a stupid thing. It should be Shift F12. Okay. Here we're using it as a coefficient. Max angular speed. Times speed boost. We never used target velocity? That is strange. We calculate it here, but we never use it. I think I was implementing something and then I just kind of switched to something else midway through. And then we call physics update afterwards. Okay. We have input. Updates by final input. Interesting. Why final input instead of just input? Let's just use this. That's not fixing any bugs, but that's something that's an easy fix. Alright, but going back to the engine, or the dash ability. Dash started. Dash ended. Oh, no, we're gonna do it here. Dash ended. Let's just see what's going on. What's going on, Hasim? Texting can be recalled or deleted. Letters require too much handwriting. Well, that's the beauty of it, man. There's a cost to it.
Expedience has cost meaning, man. I'll stand by that. I feel like experience has cost meaning in modern life. Re-import. What's going on, Azine and Hasim? It's just a racing game. Brings that passing on the spirit. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. I mean, it's kind of the whole thing about the church, right? It's supposed to be like a refuge within their community. Okay, and then we're gonna press ability time, dash activated, and then dash ended, but we're still stuck in this dash state. So let's pause it before I hit those pylons. It's starting and ending really quickly. It's like what, 39? Like what, minutes or seconds? If it's seconds, and it's actually within, that's fine. It's within a second, half a second. But let's see here. The player's still stuck propelling forward. So what is going on? Input override is 1-0. Last input is 1-0. Speed boost is 1. Last input is a very small amount. Okay, current angle, brake fade, hull, last rate. Okay, this is not. It's player controlled. Oh, I don't set that. No, that should be set. Or do I have it backwards? Oh, I have it backwards. Okay, we had it. This is meant to be false. Reserve control means the player is no longer in control. And then return to normal, that means the player is in control. Gotcha. Okay, that's a simple thing. That's why the player is like stuck in that. The dash is not happening instantaneously, but that's fine. With creative drain, and how do you usually manage that? So actually, that's a real thing I've been having. Romanu. I'm sorry if I didn't mispronounce your name. Romanu. I've actually been struggling, and it's funny because I was talking about this today with a friend. But I do struggle with that. And for me in particular, so here's the thing, right? When I start a project, there's like a vision I have. Like there's an explosion of vision. Like I see what the final game should look like and how the kind of experience I want the person to be having in this game. And that propels me to start creating something. And in the early stages of a game, it's very kind of easy and fun for me because it's like, A, there's not much weight there. There's not many systems. Or even the systems themselves you're adding. Like you're focusing purely at the technical level, right? But then you start getting to a threshold where there's less technical things and you have to start making decisions, game design decisions. And I find myself, I start falling apart there because it's like, I focus so much time on the nuts and bolts of making games that I've kind of neglected design and exercised that muscle. So when I get to that point where we have to make design decisions, I feel very unconfident, and all of a sudden, it feels like I've lost the vision of what I wanted, and I'm like, am I really making something good, or is this terrible and garbage? And oftentimes it's like sometimes led to me just starting a new project entirely and repeating the cycle. But what I found for me is that, at least for me personally, that thing that reminds me the thing that's important is to remember what made you fall in love with the project in the first place. That vision, that scene, that emotion, that experience. For me, it's having the music, listening to music, either making a song that I think fits this game and recaptures that idea, or listening to music that inspires it. I was having this last night because I was in a very big rut with this game, and putting on a playlist of songs that help me tap back into that is super beneficial, because all of a sudden my brain just kind of gets transported to this headspace. The vision starts coming clear, and then I start seeing these other ideas that, these ideas start coming up. And the other part that's important is having a notebook and just drawing. So for me, I put on the music, I have the notebook, we start putting stuff on paper. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad, we need to start putting stuff on paper. Because if you put something and you make it exist, you can shop it, you can fix it, you can revise it, you can do changes. But if you don't do that, you have nothing to modify, and that's way harder. So that's kind of the two ways I'm trying to tackle that right now. It seems effective. I need to finish a game first to verify if this is truly effective. But I think for me, the important thing is recapturing that kernel that inspires you about whatever project you're doing. And for me, it's music. It's very music oriented. For other people, it might be like watching a movie, or looking at a piece of art or something. Just some kind of thing that can tap you back into it. I was having issues right now because because last Sunday we made this I made a song on stream that does not fit this game at all, but I love it, and it captured my imagination, and I started it made me want to start making another game, and I actually started designing a design doc for it, but I had to stop myself. But yeah, that one song I worked on, it's not even that crazy, but let me find it. Where are you? Originals. Yeah, this is the one we composed on stream. V3. So this one is what sparked this, because I hear this and it sounds like a battle theme for an RPG, right? And I have this dungeon game idea that I had for a while, and I could just see this playing in the combat scene and having the camera spin and having these 2D characters that are still kind of 3D, and I can see the environment that's kind of like a castle-ish kind of thing. It's just I see the thing, and it makes me want to just start working on it and make it a reality first. So anyways, you get the idea. So I had to stop myself, because this is pulling me in a completely different direction, and I had to just pull out the music for Fight and Flight, get back, get inspired, get myself back into here, because I need to finish a game. Personally, I'm very tired of starting game projects and not finishing them, and I need to start finishing something. So I discovered that having the playlist for your game idea is very helpful. Or you can have a mood board too. People have done that, where you have a mood board with all the different art and aesthetics and inspirations for whatever game project you're doing. You can look at it and it just kind of evokes it. But there's something very important about activating your senses to tap into it. Of Kingdom Hearts music? Yeah. I can totally see that too, man. It gives Persona vibes. Let's go, Yosef. That's a great compliment. Because the vision can never be cleared unless you build it. Yeah, well, that's what validates it, right? That's what validates it. But, yeah, I think getting excited is the most important first step. If you get excited, then that just, fuels the engine to want to just... For me, personally, I don't know about you guys, but once you get it going, it's I want this to be real. I want it to exist, and I want people to experience it. And it just motivates you again to just dive into it. Okay, we recompile this. Let's recompile it, and then I'm gonna run it and see. Hopefully the burst activation works, and then we can start making it fancy. And then I think I might rewrite part of the way we handle the I think I might have like a manual control thing, so that instead of having the machine handle it, we can make it so that the function can just override it. Yeah, look at that. We have our dash working, guys. So now I can just press and we do a dash. It stops for a second because of the camera, but let's go. So our ability chip is working. That's actually really cool. I'm actually very happy about that. That makes me very, very happy, actually. Let's see here. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the there's like a little coefficient. Oh, here we go. The speed boost amount. Let's like double it. Make it twice as fast. I'm kind of angry, dude. I'm like, we just listened to that song on stream, and now I feel gassed to work on that RPG. Like, I have the... Oh, brother. I need to put on some T-Square and get back into the... Let me put on the music for the game. Let's put the music back on the game so I can, like... Nice! Okay, we hurt ourselves there. Nice. Okay, I remember why this is cool. All right, we're back. We're focused in. That's a little too much. Maybe 4 is where we leave it. And maybe we don't... We can override control, but it'd still be nice to kind of factor in the... Are we still receiving inputs from the player? Because then we can like do an average where it's, hey, it's gonna want to go forward, but we can have it lerped by the interpolated with the player's input. Times now. Here we go. So if it's pause, we early return. Controller. And we get the controller input. Okay, cool. Final input. We don't cache it anywhere though. That's the thing. That is a thing. But we do have access to it, so I can just like yoink it and interpolate it. So we can do that. And that wouldn't be a big deal. Get rid of this. So vector right, I don't know, we could do like math, lerp, vector right, and then input override. Or not input override. Controller input. And 0.5 interpolation. And we can't do that. We have to do vector 3 or vector 2. There we go. That way we can actually kind of control it. I think I want to have this enforce that the x has to be positive. So maybe I do absolute value x. I don't know. Or just clamp it. I don't know. Let's just see how this works. I have an idea of how it can go bad, so we're just gonna we're just gonna test it out and see how it works if the player holds back on it, and then run it. Let me catch up in chat real quick. Love your way words. Thank you, man. I built out a game project that started strong, but as I added more content and play tests, it was more stale than I imagined. I had to iterate over basic mechanics several times. Frustrating, but worth. Yeah, it seems like that's the way you have to go about it. It's super discouraging. It makes you feel like your project is a possible failure. Yeah, 100%, Mr. Griffian. Well, 100%. I think there's like a pit. At least for me, there's like a pit where it's like of uncertainty. I'm gonna turn the music off. I like it, but I don't want to get you guys too tired of it. I'm going to try implementing something real quick. I think I'm going to have the camera rotate a little bit. When as speed goes to a certain threshold, we're going to have the camera start tilting back so you can see more of the foreground. I'm kind of curious to see if that would work. Just enough to give the player a bit more visibility in front of them as they go faster so they can... But not too much where you start getting kind of like disoriented. So what do we have here? We have local rotation. So if we can... Yeah, there's no rotation applied to this. Perfect. Which means... Now, we have to do it at a pivot, though, because if I do rotation like this... Actually, that can just work. Like, versus this... There might have to be a translational component to it as well. That's gonna be the tricky part, like rotating in. Or we just have to make it like set the pivot by the player so it can like kind of preserve the angle. I don't know. Let me check something. Where's Ryder? You have the F&F camera. And we have access to these things. It's providing very important critical functions. That's cool. Do we have access to the player? I'm assuming yes, because yeah, we regained the speed 0 to 1. Okay. So what is stopping us from doing like a... Oh, it's getting late. I'm trying to have a decent sleep schedule, but at the same time, I'm compelled by this. I'm compelled by this. And I don't want to stop. If I'm going to be honest with you. Player, instance, speed, 0, 1. We have this Y angle that we're interpolating between, and then we're going to be doing transform, local, rotation, Turnian, Euler. Y angle. Let's see how this works. It's probably bad. We're probably going to stop seeing the player at some point. Let's just see how this works. And then go from there. How do you scale your projects? I think I got way too big ideas for what I can accomplish at this time. I don't know how to get motivators for small projects or ideas. I mean, so... I'm not sure if I can even answer it, right? Because on the one hand, I've tried tackling big projects, and... Like, Crimson Crown was a very complex, big project. I'm not sure if you remember it. Remember me talking about that in the game. But it was like... very, very complex. Like procedurally generated dungeons. We have this complex weapon system and all this kind of stuff, right? This dynamic chip ability system and passive ability chip system, and then this configurations. Like there's a lot of crazy stuff there, and then on top of that, there's like this whole system for enemies and everything. But like for me, my issues were design issues. But as far as architecting problems, I love architecting around problems and doing that kind of stuff. And the more clear your idea is, the better.
You can just kind of do it. The issue is if your design changes. Like, for example, I have this game architected around having a vehicle that has 3 main components, or 4 main components. It has a hull, it has an engine, it has brakes, and it has a chip ability attached to it. Let's say I decided to change it to be like, hey, now instead of the chip's ability being tied to the vehicle, instead that's going to be tied to a character. And when you choose a character, they come with their own ability. Well, now you have to re-architect things and break stuff and refactor stuff. And then now that work you did previously starts, in this case it's not that much, but still significant time that's lost to just a refactor, a design change. So, as far as architecting is concerned, you just get that with time, experience, and working with other people and seeing what things they encounter based off your designs. If it's about design-wise and not like code architecture, that's a very different thing. But in general, like it's like in general, you're gonna be modeling your data in 2 fundamental groups. There's session level data, and then there's save data. There's data that's like impermanent, that's just gonna exist from when you start the game application, and then when you close it, and it doesn't matter. And then there's data that's meant to be saved onto your file. And maybe there's more specific stuff. Like I know for Crimson Crown, it's a roguelike, so there's like actually 3 levels of memory. There's like, especially if you like pause a game midway, like if you quit the game but save your progress during a run. There's 3 tiers, right? There's like the volatile session data, but then there's data that has to be like saved but also reset once you like start a new run, and then there's actual like permanent data about the entire experience with the game. But usually it's like those 2 buckets, session data or save data. And then how you break things down like splits from there. What am I doing? Did I do the thing already? Let's see. An engine, how much of the code is yours? I'm using Unity engine. It's not my custom engine. One day I'd like to do that, but right now you're doing this. As far as how much is mine, most of it's mine. The only real dependency I'm using is UniRX, which which is like helpful, but that's like the only main dependency I have. I'm not even using Unity's lighting components. I'm using my own stuff for that. What was I testing? We did something. I know we did something. I know we changed how we handle inputs for dashing. I know that's a thing we did. Oh yeah, the speed, the camera angle thing. So as a player gets faster, the camera should change angles slightly. I'm not sure if I'm seeing it do that though. No, there is a slight angle of like 3-ish degrees or something. Let's see. Oh, yeah, okay, let's go back here. These are new instances on the heap. We go to game board, player, and I want to see the camera. I'm not seeing that much of a rotation happen, honestly. It's kind of wild. Because I would have thought maybe we can go even crazier. Maybe the limit I have here is like small. Like maybe I should go to 10. Or maybe it's rotating the wrong direction. No, let's be positive. Yeah, I'm kind of curious now. We upped it. We did twice the size. It's 12. Oh my goodness. Thanks for showing methods, live knowledge. Of course, man. course. Yeah, I'm just kind of a... I don't know. It's cool to show the process of it. It's cool that someone can like probably watch from day one of this. It's all online, and they can like see how every, or at least 99% of the game is made, or coded at least. The art stuff I'm doing off stream. Those are different. I'm just focusing on stream the actual assembling of the game. Yeah, you can see the curvature now. And you can see the objects in front spawning in. And if we do... That's pretty cool, actually. Do you know that might be what we do, is like a subtle like rotation. So you see oh, this is actually might be the ticket for like having better visibility, but also better visibility while not being too disorienting. Yeah. Oh, dude, I kind of want to go even crazier with this. Like, bump up the FOV and their angle a little bit more. Wait a second. This is kind of cool. Let's add another 5 degrees to see where this breaks down. And then we'll play with FOV separately. Where it looks round, yeah. Where you're like you're in the ball. You're talking about not the ball ones. You're talking about the tube tunnel things. Yeah, those are cool. Those are super cool. Come on, start. Now the player's like disappearing off the screen though. But yeah, that's like way more visibility. So I think we need to have like at the max speed. Oh my goodness. At the max speed, we have to shift the position of the camera a little bit as well. Okay, so at there, where's the camera at? You are position 8.69. You have to shift over by like what? -1, honestly. That's how much it has to shift over. That's not a big deal. So we can just do another... We're doing like a position... We're looping the position between... Transform.local position, transform local... We're overriding the Z value. Now we're going to do the Y value as well. And... or the X value. And instead of min distance, it's going to be 8.69 and then 7.69. So the player remains visible. And P is what? Yeah, it's just that. Cool, so now it's going to rotate and shift over a little bit. Okay, cool, let's try it again. What game is it? I have no name for it yet. I've been calling it Fight and Flight because that's what my original game was called. The one I did 5 years ago, but this one I'm probably going to change it to something else. I'm thinking. Flight 98 sounds too generic. Jetpack. Joyride is a thing. So I can't do Jet Joyride because then you're just going to get that. Okay, so the player mostly stays visible still, at least. I like this though, because like it's still visibility is increasing. You can see the curvature of stuff. And you can see the objects popping in. This is pretty sick. Yeah, I think we need to shift it over a little bit more though. So maybe like 3. And then the max FOV, I might even bump it up a smidgen. Like plus 11 maybe. Or 2. Yeah. Go domain. Press play. Come on. You're higher in atmosphere. Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. It's like you're riding like an elevator. Or not elevator, but like the idea is like you have like these space elevators, right? That are connecting planets together, and you're riding across them to different places. Yeah, all games are made with code, Woodsy. Anything digital is running with code. There's no escaping it. You can't escape the code. The code always finds a way. Why is this weird? Oh, because it's trying to average. It's averaging it. Yeah, that's why. So when you tap it, got stuck. Got stuck. I think what I'm gonna do is like have the player be like when they hit those, they're not forced out of it. They just go into invulnerability for a little bit, and they can still kind of move wherever they want within that. I fear the player might be having less and less real estate on the screen. Oh. Maybe the dash ability is not as great as you'd want it to be. I'm gonna have to tweak it a little bit. Maybe it can be more of an offensive thing where it's like if there's an enemy you want to hit, you just press it, and then if you whatever you collide with destroys it or damages it. This is a level, by the way. This is a humongous level. I'm gonna have to like make this. I need to like make this smaller. Like I over-engineered this. It's like almost too big now. Kind of need to change it. We'll see. We'll see. Stream jump scare? Yeah. What's going on, Melon? What's going on, Melon? Is there anything going on in the Discord? Oh. One second. Hey, we have some new people in the Discord, though. Welcome, Devon. Always glad to have you here. And there's someone to ask me some questions on the Discord as well. Let me see. Okay. Oh, some Minecraft stuff too. Nice. Yeah, we have a Minecraft server. It's almost getting ready to like be public so people can join. Missiles or guns? Kind of. The player's gonna have a chip ability to like have projectiles. I know in the original game there's an ability where you can like swish your
your bike around and like break stuff with it. I might do something like that as well. I'm pretty happy with this so far though, man. This is actually coming together pretty swell. I gotta say, I like this angle thing. I think it solves a lot of the issues. Like I'm actually able to react to things. I need to expand the render distance though, or the culling distance, because now things are popping up here instead of off screen. But hey, that means we're actually seeing much more. We're seeing like what, a 20% increase in real estate on the screen. That's pretty good to me. Let me save. So we have the pause menu coming together, and then we have that. I'm excited. Let me save the progress we have here. Fixed activation and tweaked camera and dynamic camera angle. Very nice. Very nice. We're good on that. Okay, so I think we need. I think we're like we're in a pretty good state, man. I'm pretty happy with this so far. Oh, dude, this has been great, man. I'm actually. I feel excited to be working on this, especially that pause. That came out really easily, surprisingly, and it looks pretty freaking good. And now it's just a matter of like processing it and doing some other stuff. Let me do something real quick. Let me open up this other thing. Okay. Run it. What's going on here? Here we go. Anytime now, it's going to compile and run. Here we go. There we go. So as always, guys, seems a little loud, doesn't it? Hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, God bless. And until next time, stay cozy, y'all.